Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay, I think during the last stream I said I was going to refactor some code. That was, I think it was a code related to like the fanfare sound effects that play when certain things happen. So what I actually did during the last stream is I set up this fanfare auto load thing. It has three little kind of puzzle solved jingles in it. Just gonna play them for you so you can see, so you can hear them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's pretty much them. But so here's the thing: I technically already had a some sort of system that had like a fanfare, but it was very primitive, and it was like only it was like a part of an existing or part of another class that kind of treated it as like its own thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely get rid of that old one and implement it into this one so that it'll work the same as before, but I'll basically have more fanfare sounds here. So let's get to work on that. Here it is. I got a nice little enum here. I'm not 100% sure if this is the best way to do it, but the benefit to this is that in the Godot inspector, if you have if you take an enum and you apply it and you set it as a public export variable for like a parameter, whatever you would, I don't know what I don't know what the exact terminology is, but you know, public variables that are like that have the export tag on them, they show up in the inspector. If it's an enum, it'll show up as like a drop down list, which I can probably demonstrate over. No, not here. Here. So this shows me a list of all of the. So this is a script that like pans the camera to a certain position when a certain thing happens. It's the idea is that I should be able to reuse this whenever I want something like that, whenever I want something like that to happen. And I programmed it so that you can have a fanfare sound effect play either when the camera pans or upon completion of the camera pan. And you can choose which of those fanfares to play. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement the other fanfares into this new system that I made. I just need to find the script because I completely forgot where it is. Oh yeah, it's part of the player class or the protag class. Is it protag? Yeah, see here, you can see it. You can see it underlined in red. I think during the live stream I commented this out. Yeah, I should have just looked for an error and would have found it instantly. So yeah, anyways, I commented this out. This is the old system that they well, it would play a sound effect whenever you got an item, when you obtain an item. Like it shows the not every single time, but whenever you like acquire an item and it shows like you got the thing on the screen. If you played Zelda Ocarina of Time, you know what I'm talking about. You got the Deku Stick, or you got the dungeon map. that's the idea of what this was, and still is, but this is going to be changed over to use fanfares. Oh, actually, I want to change another thing. Can I make this static? No, I can't. The reason I was thinking of trying to make it static is because I didn't want to have to do. I didn't want to have to refer to an object, but I can't get around it. So. Or can I? So I put object reference. Okay, this should make it easier for me to type. So I can just do fanfares dot play fanfare, and then I could probably make this like a per item thing actually. Uh-oh. Just realizing don't have a reference to the item in this here. Yeah, this is a kind of a problematic class. Actually, I don't think it's too bad. I consider this might just be me being an amateur, but I consider massive classes to be problematic because they're hard to maintain. And I think that this isn't too bad of a class. Although it doesn't really follow the single responsibility rule. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, this needs a reference to I need to somehow fill this parameter. It's supposed to be a I don't want to attach it to the protagonist. I want to try to make this like a per item thing. What I could do is I could just have it as a parameter here. But I feel like that's probably not the best way to do it. So this has one reference. Actually, it might not be too bad. I'll just add a reference to the obtained item. Oh crap, what was the class called? Oh, it's just item. Of course. Keep it simple, right? And of course, item. Probably clarify the obtained item. And then on this obtained item, class is a resource. Ah, should I put it on this class? I'll do it and see what happens. And of course, I need to actually add the additional enums. Problem with enums is that I have to. Problem with the system that I've got that I'm cooking up here is that I have to make sure that the string here match it. Well, it's not technically. I mean, it's not really a string. It's like a. I don't even know what you'd call this, but you can convert. You can convert it to a string. The enum name. Let's make sure that it matches this. This is like a thing that I kind of have to just enforce. I think it's from like a code perspective, I think it's probably a terrible idea, but it makes it easier for me to but it just makes it so easy for me in the editor because I could just choose which fanfare from like a list. So I'm just gonna keep doing with it. I'll keep doing it. Hope this doesn't bite me in the butt later. Oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm looking for the sounds because I have some existing like, fanfare sounds. Okay. Name item 1. I'll just leave it at this for now. I gotta make it a matching enum. I'll probably have several versions of several different well actually, you know that I think about it. I think this first this first puzzle solved fanfare 1.ogg. I think it sounds a little bit more like an item obtained sort of fanfare. So maybe I will change it so that this is another obtained item fanfare. This could be like for small ones. Well, this one's for big ones, and of course I could just add more later on. But yeah, let's rename this to obtain item 1. Ooh. You know what? Like a folder. Fanfares. Just make sure it, double check and make sure it all lines up. That's good. That's good. Okay, everything seems to be in order. Next order of business is to go through here and do what we gotta do. Chain item.fanfare. And then apparently I used capitalization for this. Not sure why I did that. Oh, it's because it's an object. Right. Man, I just realized I don't follow my own conventions very well. Usually what I do is I make my standard variables like strings and ints lowercase at the start, and then with my objects I use like a capitalize the first letter. But I've been forgetting to do that. Oh, and then why is this it's got an underscore. Maybe it's because it's internal. Man, part of the problem of writing code over a long period of time is that you change like writing conventions partway through something, and it kind of messes things up a little bit sometimes. Well, it doesn't mess things up, it just makes it not consistent. And I think it's good to try to keep a consistent coding pattern, but I'm clearly failing at that. So there's, yeah. But, oh yeah, right. I gotta fix the enum to somewhat, at least match up with the string names there. Build, see if it works. Oh, we got an error somewhere. Play fanfare. Oh, right. Of course. I made that static. It just makes it easier for me to write. Okay, it built. That's a good sign. And I think that setting a default here was probably a good idea. It reduces the amount of work that I have to do in the editor. Because I think that this drop-down menu should appear in the inspector. Pretty sure it should. And I'm gonna check. Yep, there it is. Fanfare. Obtain item 1. Very good. Very good. I'm gonna quickly test that out. But first I gotta open the gate. Oh, that fanfare works. Let's see if this one does. It does. Okay. Our systems are working. They're doing what we want them to do. Okay, now it's time to actually think about what should happen next in the game. Okay, so the player starts here. Oh, right. I need to finish making the obstruction over here. So what is this? Yeah, whatever. My plan is to find some way to obstruct the path going up this way, forcing the player to go this way, and then here. Those of you who don't know, this level is basically the Kokiri Forest of this game. If you played Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, you'll know what that means. But if you don't know, it's the first area of the game where you kind of figure out how to actually do stuff. It's basically the tutorial level. It kind of tells you what the game's about in a way. It's not the full tutorial. I'd say the full tutorial for Zelda Ocarina of Time is Kokiri Forest plus Deku Tree Dungeon. That's kind of what I'm trying. So I'm planning to build this game in chapters, and chapter 1 is basically going to be the big tutorial where you do the first two things, intro area and first dungeon. Although I think there's going to be a little bit of a runaround in between, because I want to not so much to pad it out, but to add some story stuff, because I do have like a story kind of in mind for this game. I don't want to spoil too much, but I mean, if you watch, you'll probably get spoilers anyways. Because I'm literally building the game, right? If you're watching the game, if you're watching me make the game, you're gonna see what it's gonna be about. But I'm not gonna say right now. So, anyways, I goes here, and need to prevent the player from going this way. How exactly do I do that? I don't want to add a gate, because I already have a gate over here. I feel like if I overuse gates, it's going to be very... I don't even know what word to use, but it's like predictable, or people are gonna play the game. They'll be like, "Man, this game developer really likes to use gates to bar progress." It's a useful tool, but I kind of want to be a bit more creative. One of my ideas, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to go through with this, but you can see there's like a mud patch over here, right? So at one point, my idea was to have there be like a truck that's stuck in the mud, and it blocks you from coming up this way because it's like way over here for some reason. He's like, "Hey man, could you pull my truck out of the mud?" But you have to get behind him to do that, because you can't get a good grip over here. And it's just it's just one of many things that you kind of have to do here. The ultimate goal of this level is to obtain the tactical knife so that this dude will allow you to leave, and then you can continue on. And then loading screen, next area. I don't think it should be too hard to do. I just need to come up with an idea for what exactly is gonna be over here, because I guess now that I think about it, it doesn't have to make a whole lot of sense because it's a video game. And I think the player will probably just eat it up. Yeah, I'll make like a truck. And there'll be like a dude in the truck kind of leaning out the window. Or maybe the glass, maybe he has the windows rolled down so you could see into the car, and he'll ask you to pull the van out, not the van, the truck out of the mud. But I feel like that's too, oh, that's gonna be really hard to do. But I'm confident that I can do it. But it's a lot of work. I'm trying to think of some other ideas that might be easier that aren't a cop out. Oh yeah, the cop out. That's the word I was looking for. If I just use another gate, it'll be the player will just think it's a cop out probably. Because I'm already using one over there. I don't want to overuse them. Okay. If anyone's watching and you're in the chat, then you could offer some ideas if you want, or if you're watching the VOD, you can like leave a comment, like a suggestion. You know, it needs to be something that obstructs the player, that can be easily undone by simply going around and then undoing it, so that in the future the player could just go up and down as he pleases. It doesn't even have to make like a whole lot of sense physically, because keep in mind this is supposed to be reminiscent of like a PS1 Nintendo 64 era early 3D game, so it's not like we're making, I don't know, it's not like GTA where things have to make a little bit more sense and be plausible. I'm having trouble thinking of an idea. But for now, I'm just gonna start modeling a truck. I'll get started on making the truck. Okay, I think the default queue is like 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters, which I think is a good size for the truck. So, I mean, it's good for the height and width, but probably not the length. The length I should probably go with 4 meters. Let's get up off the ground. Actually, no. Center of the mesh should probably be the origin point. Sorry, just checking my phone. Okay. Please forgive my shoddy 3D modeling skills. Yeah, I think that's a good start. No, I'm not sure if I should go for like what kind of truck I should go for. Because I was originally thinking of going for like a Toyota Tundra Tacoma GMC, you know, like a typical redneck truck. But I'm thinking maybe that wouldn't fit into the setting. So I'm gonna try to make it look a little bit more futuristic and sleek, but still distinctly like a truck. If you're wondering how the player is able to like pull such a heavy object, well, there's a lore reason for that I don't want to really spoil too much. You know what? I'll just say it. The main character is the son of a genetically modified super soldier. That's basically it. It's basically imagine if Space Marines could have kids. He's basically that. I mean, in Warhammer 40k, Space Marines are sterilized, so that wouldn't make sense. But this isn't actually 40k. This is like it's like a single point of inspiration. Okay. Well, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm being stupid. That's what I'm doing. Add modifier. Generate. Oh, I'm on the wrong axis. I believe in Blender that left and right are supposed to be on the x-axis. Oh, it's not even centered anymore. Oh no. Can I fix this? You know what? Start over. I only got about half an hour left in the time that I want to stream. So let's power through it. Let's try to get. I'm trying to go faster. I don't want this to be like a nothing burger stream where nothing happens. Modifier generates mirror. Clipping on? I think I want clipping on. What's clipping do? Yes, I want clipping on. Okay. So now I only have to edit one side. Can I model the truck bed? Or maybe I should be like a one of these what are these called? What are these called? I don't even know what these are called. But it's like a truck where it's like there's no sides. It's like a semi truck. No, I feel like so I want the player to be really, really strong, but I don't want to be so strong that he's like able to pull a semi truck. That's too ridiculous. It's too much. It's not plausible. I mean for sure a Space Marine could do that, but this guy's like a this character's supposed to be like a half Space Marine kind of thing. Not not exactly, because this isn't 40k. It's like that kind of idea. Oh, what do I use for this? So I'm gonna try to go for like a bit more of a what are those even called? You know, like the what is it called? Like a GMC Sierra, Ford F-150, Toyota Tundra. What is that kind of truck called? Because I know that the typical car is called a sedan. I know that like there's a SUV, and then I know that there's oh yeah, pickup truck. Yes, so it's gonna be kind of like a futuristic pickup truck. No, not like the Cybertruck. That's a little too out there, even for me. I'm trying to make a truck bed. Inset faces. So the problem with inset faces is that I don't want to do it over here. No. Knife isn't going to give, the knife tool isn't going to give me the perfect cuts that I want. Edge slide? What does that even do? I don't understand that tool. You know what? I'm just going to do it this way. Then extrude down. That might be a little bit too deep. This shelf doesn't need to be here. Oh, we got an end gone. No, we don't. No, we don't. This just doesn't connect to anything. I don't really like that. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. So something the player's gonna notice. Probably. At least probably not. Oh. Actually, yeah, we do have an Engon here. Yeah. Oh, I know what to do. Let's delete that. Oops. What have I done? There we go. No more unwanted geometry. I mean, if any expert modelers are watching this, I'm sorry for posting cringe, but this is the best I can do. Shading. Something's clearly wrong with the shading. I think I know what was. I think I know what the problem was. Yeah, it was like a weird group of fate. It's hard to. I can't really explain it, but it's like this smoothing was like going from here to there instead of from there to there. So it was resulting in this weird thing that, yeah, it's not wasn't wanted. But if you like the, you know what? Hot take. I think the more janky this is, the better. Because a lot of older games had weird geometry stuff. At least I think they did. Well, on one hand, they made extremely efficient use of triangles. On the other hand, they were also a lot less skilled back then, I think, compared to now. Because like 3D was still kind of a 3D video games were still kind of a well, they weren't super new. They existed on the PC, I think, but they were still kind of a niche. Well, not niche, but like early thing. That's my understanding of it, at least. Ugh. Something about this just looks terrible. But you know what? That's part of the charm. Okay. Question is, do I add like a front bit like a currently existing pickup truck, or do I stick with this? I feel like this is kind of cool because you kind of recognize that it's a pickup truck, but it's different from the ones that we have nowadays. There's no front bumper, which technically isn't safe, but suspension of disbelief, right? Next, wheels. Actually, I should lower this a bit. Oh, and also I think I might as well merge these vertices. So this over here is not connected, but that's kind of deliberate. Or should I change that? Should I change that? I'm thinking of changing it. No, 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 no. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. I don't want to make any n-gons. It's not gonna work. Uh, Right, wheels, wheels, right, of course. Spot for a wheel, probably around here. Where's my cursor? You know what? Let's put it at just that spot. Add cylinder. Let's do like 6. Where's my mirror? What happened to the mirror? Come back. Thank you. Truck's looking a little gimp. You know what? Now that I look at it from further away, it's a little gimpy looking. I think I can fix this by just extending the bed a little bit. I think I can fix it that way. Oh, you know what? This actually kind of reminds me of like another type of truck. I don't know, like, thing is, I don't know what the name of it. Oh, yeah, it's like a cross between a, yeah, it's like a cross between a semi truck and a pickup truck. It's got like the front thing. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. There we go. Now it's like a semi truck crossed with a pickup. But you know, I'm gonna leave the top flat like that. I don't want it to be too much like that, like a semi truck, because you know. Uh-oh, we got some clip in here. Oh, there's an easy way to fix this. Oh, wait. So in real life, so I don't know if you've ever seen a real life pickup truck before, but there's usually, so my sister has a, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that. And it's not a huge deal. I just don't want to like reveal too much about my personal life, but you know, a family member has a pickup truck. Some other ones used to, and all of them have like a mold that kind of goes around the wheels, the rear wheels, in the back here, like in the truck bed. So probably try. I think I should try to incorporate that into the design here. No, it's not a good idea. Yeah, I think this will work. I don't know the best way to do this though. I'm just like I said, I'm basically fumbling through this. Uh, for this, I'll just use the knife tool. Thank you. Just making sure I didn't cut into any wrong surfaces. Oh, that looks so bad. It looks so terrible. Oh no, that was a mistake. Oh, I don't like it. I hate it. There's most certainly a better way of doing this. Pretty much guarantee it. I'm just don't know how to do it. Oh, you know what I should... Why am I cutting this in the first place? Here's a way better idea. Well, I mean, I think it's better. I hope it's better. Hope you can kind of understand what I'm trying to do. Excuse me. Once again, I humbly request you to forgive my poor skills and knowledge in 3D modeling. 5 minutes. Okay, let's really finish up this thing. I'll make the textures during the next stream. Okay, now let's delete the bottom faces. I think that works pretty good. I don't need to blend smoothly with the side. I think that it's kind of standing out is... It's not, well, I mean, it's not realistic, but it's part of the effect that I'm going for, I guess you could say. You can probably tell that's cope, but I'm sticking with it. That's the story I'm going with. All right. Okay. Now, should I make a cutout for the wheels here? Maybe. Maybe. Or I could just make I could just make that part of the texture. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Should I mark this sharp? I'm gonna experiment to see what it looks like. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Now I might add some bones, some animation bones to these wheels, just in case in the future, if just in case if in the future I want to like have the wheels turn like that, you know, just in case. Just in case. One last thing before I end the stream for today. Smooth shading for the wheels. Okay. I think that looks just fine. Okay, my alarm just went off telling me that it's time to quit the stream. Let's quickly save. Okay, I think that is good. Okay, have a good night, and maybe I'll